Things I learned this week, yeah. Well, we picked a hell of a week to take off. I mean, the world got real busy while we were chillaxing. If you can't tell, I have a bit of a tan. Miami, bienvenidos a Miami. But I digress. Let's just get to it. This is a segment we call Things We Missed Last Week.
Yeah.
Harmony. First segment right here of Things We Missed Last Week involves Mr. Donald Sterling, everyone's favorite racist. I mean, this guy went on Anderson Cooper to set the record straight that if anyone was confused about whether or not he was a bigoted, ignorant racist, he is a bigoted, ignorant racist. Next up on Things We Missed Last Week, we were all treated to a hologram of a resurrected Michael Jackson on his own Easter Sunday when the Billboard Music Awards resurrected him to perform the song Slave to the Rhythm on stage with a bunch of living dancers. This is creepy. Now, listen people. We all saw the Tupac hologram and we were like, yeah, Tupac hologram. But for some reason, it wasn't as creepy as the, yeah, MJ hologram. And either way, the reality is they treating these men way better in death than they treated them in real life. Interesting to note that the Michael they chose to bring back to life was White Mike. And the music that they chose to bring back to life came from Black Mike. I don't know. Seems like a conspiracy to me. I wonder which one he is in heaven. Things that make you think. Lastly, in Things We Missed Last Week. I mean, we missed the release of the trailer for Jay-Z and Beyonce's new tour. I mean, it's a high-octane, adrenaline-filled waste of time. Because the only video that anyone's really interested with them right now is the high-octane, adrenaline-filled Kicking It with Solange. Yeah, I don't get tired of it at all. I don't know if it's the stilettos or the dress or the wig or it's really the best video to come out in years. Since Thriller. Welcome to another edition of Fashion Flavazzz.
Welcome back.
I see that your fashion flavor is no longer the spectacle.
Yeah, it's the summertime. You gotta break out the contacts.
The better to see you with food. Step to it. Let's get to it. Now the fashions is all the flavors this week. First off, let's go down to the dirty sink below the Mason-Dixon, where they are trying to keep their pants below the Mason-Dixon.
Yeah.
Yes, boo. Two, that's right, two fairly attractive men.
Pretty good looking. Got nice little place.
Something was in a Waffle House, and the cops came and escorted them out because they didn't want to pull their pants up.
It's like,
how you feel about it?
I'm like, you cute, and I want to see it eventually, but like not right now when I'm eating my waffles. You know
I see that.
Right,
yes,
right.
save the syrup sweetness for later. Sip to that. Flavors. Next up, I gotta tell you, I loved 12 Years a Slave.
Me too.
I loved it. I left it feeling blackety black.
And loving Lapete. Lapete.
Yes. However, there's a store over the seas that put up a 12 Years a Slave display and decided to put up some slave fashion. fashion?
Slave fashion.
Slave fashion. Swing low, sweet. No, no, no. Now, what do you consider to be slave fashion?
Wow. According to them, it's the white shirt, the brown
tattered pantaloons. But you know, the real shade of the situation is number one. It's on a female mannequin. Very, very easy to tell. And also, the price tag is for the DVDs, but you cannot put a price tag around the slave's neck. Come on. And while we're talking about price tags around necks, this is fly, baby. This is fly.
Thanks,
yes,
you know how I
do. Sip to it.
Wrong.
Flavors. Lastly, but never not leastly, we got to give a Fashion Flavazzz commentary on Mr. Macklemore. Now, Macklemore decided he was gonna get real funky with his fashion and real just, how can we say, fiddler on the roof with it. When he decided to put together a disguise that he claims was just random, just in the box, out the box, in the box, out the box, and ended up looking like a Jewish man. And apparently he was not presented in a kindly fashion. Now when you take a look at this, what do you see? Because he says it don't look like a Jewish man.
I see a Jewish man.
Okay.
And looking real stereotypical. And I seen the packaging. Someone took a picture of the package that he got. What's on the front? A Jewish man.
Shalom.
Played Macklemore.
Mazel tov, sip to that. You know, everybody be loving Macklemore, but I don't know. He be misstepping. Remember the mistexting?
Oh, yeah.
We still remember that.
But then you try to throw the support of the gays in your face. Like, but I support, but like, what other things are you messing with, though?
Questions. Sip to it. That's another edition of Fashion Flavazzz. Make sure you come back to hear what we have to say about the fashions of the day. Okay?
Oh.
So this week I was just perusing the interwebs and I came across an article in Forbes magazine, which if you didn't know is the foremost knowledge bearer of hip hop. It's not. And they did an article titled this. Yeah, I wanted to give you the time to read it because it is absurd. And when I read it, I went, wow, this is absurd. And then the rest of the interwebs went, this is absurd! Now, the thing about it is this, we see this happen over and over and over again. Well, they will take this white artist who's doing exactly what black artists do and be like, no, but it's special and different because she's white. And it's like they got some like mutant power by being able to mimic black art. And what happens then is that the mainstream says, well, this is what it's supposed to be. And next thing we know, the black music, the black art is co-opted, commodified, appropriated. If you don't know what those means, look it up. And they are then taken out of the hands of these folks who created it, put into the hands of folks who are just making money off of it, and so all of a sudden, rock and roll becomes white music? How that happened? Elvis is how that happened. The Beach Boys covering songs by black artists who weren't able to have the exposure due to their race. That's how that happened. The Rolling Stones, the Beatles, who are great musicians but basically were just mimicking black artists, becoming the heads of rock and roll when black artists were actually creating rock and roll. That's how that happened. I can go on and on and on and on, but we're gonna wrap this up. There is a whack dimension beyond that which is dope to man. It is a dimension with gassed up white artists as black novelties. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between bullshit, real shit, and spitting that ill shit. And it is the bridge between black music mimicry and blonde, blue-eyed pockets. This is the dimension of the media of this nation. It is an area we call the white hype zone. but we ain't playing no more. But we ain't playing no more. Dropping knowledge. That's what we're about here. Things I learned this week. Y'all, thank you for enjoying the show. Want to remind you, or if you didn't know, let you know, that my one-woman show, Mo Better Woo, Jazz from the 36 Chambers, where we take Wu-Tang records and turn them into jazz classics. We'll be hitting the stage again right here in New York City on June 13th at the Cutting Room. Make sure you get your tickets. Come and support. If you don't know about it, here's a little something about it.